Human culture, people grow food to eat. Then they grow it in abundance to sell, to preserve, and to use in future. With little extra effort, for example, it is easier to store foodstuff such as beans in large quantity and for long.
We apply insecticide on the products and it will last for 3 months, 4 months, 6 months or even a year.
However, that could not be said of a perishable vegetable like tomato. This is Nkaba Vegetable Market at the eastern fringe of Kano City. Few months back, in this market, a basket of tomatoes sold between 50 and 60,000 naira, making it extremely difficult for a common man to have it among his daily recipe.
The reason for the shortage of tomato this year in Kano is the presence of particular pests. They call it Sharon. It destroys all the tomatoes. As a result of that, the stock became very costly.
The rainy season is here and it brought with it a reduction in the prices.
Tomato today has become available, unlike before. One can get it at 5,000 naira, 4,000 naira, or even 3,000 naira.
Today, the product has flooded the market. And although the rush here is swift and for immediate consumption, some families are already having a plan for its imminent rise in price and probably shortage.
People should find a way of preserving tomato by drying it, now that it has become available, so that even if the price goes up, one can still have what to use.
Halima is expert in vegetable preservation and she guides us into tomato canning process.
When you purchase your desired quantity of tomato, wash them thoroughly and remove all the black spots. Put the tomato in a pot and steam it for a while. Then blend it evenly without adding water. Put the tomato back on fire until all the water evaporates. Now it has become a paste, ready to be canned.
No doubt, Kano State has great potential for agricultural, land and livestock resources for economic growth. This is largely supported by the presence of large man-made water bodies intentionally constructed to provide adequate drinking water for the people in one way and to enhance agricultural development for food security on the other.
We have the Chidumwada water treatment plant, we have the Gari water treatment plant, we have Thomas water treatment plant, we have Kusala water treatment plant, we have Churomawa water treatment plant, we have Watari water treatment plant, and so many others.
For years, due to combination of reasons, such as population increase, non-functional operations of certain facilities in water supply ministry, attempt to provide people of Kano State with adequate drinking water is met with constraints.
All these water treatment plants, when we came in newly in June last year, all of them were down. The ones outside Kano were not working at all. But alhamdulillah, with the coming of this administration, I want to say it before everybody that all these plants are now working above 75% of their designated capacities.
Some areas have been without public water supply for a decade now.
A rana ina samun kamar naira 2,500-3,000. Ina yin sawo 7-8 duk sawo 1,500. Amma ya danganta idan haka kamar akwai ruwa, wani lokacin ba zai wuce ba ma kai sawo 1 naira 500.
Well, of course, we believe there are some places now not accessing water, like Dakta, Brigade, and parts of Savangari, only access Savangari. We are now trying to increase the capacity of the pumping operation now. We are trying to acquire more pumping machines to add up to the existing pumping machines so that our water supply can reach far distances now within the Kano metropolitan area.
Irrigation farming practice is really a big approach for commercial agriculture. The need for incessant supply of water is therefore paramount. Farmers living within the watershed areas get access to available dam waters through canals to their crops. Depending on the scale at which they operate, easy access to water resources really enhances their operations.
These dams that they have a lot of water canals around there, for which water is channeled to these canals. People are irrigating the farmland, and we are obtaining food from this.
We're very much sure that all communities surrounding that areas are going to benefit. And one other important thing that we're looking at is the degraded lands, because when you have water conservation, farms that have been deserted for long, that are not in use, through that water conservation, it can prompt their use so that people can use them and earn a means of sustenance.
Agriculture as an important sector of the economy. There are presence of agencies that augment government effort to boosting farming for food security.
If you look at what we are trying to do, or where we are trying to construct some of this water conservation, you learn that they are very far away from the existing dams that we are having. So the first thing we do is to carry out the need assessment. Is there a need of activities like this? If there is, then we make sure that we do it. And one good thing about project like this is that we don't just construct the water conservation and leave. We make sure that we empower the communities around those spaces. We train them on the farming activities.
Every day, people struggle to earn income, either by selling goods or rendering services. In any case, the purpose is primarily to meet ordinary day-to-day domestic demands. However, the current economic condition in Nigeria is so hard that people struggle even more to increase their income in order to meet the daily increasing demands. Demands that have made them so much inclined to spending than saving.
For any individual or community or nation to develop, they must go into savings. It may be very difficult, particularly at times like this in Nigeria. But then you have to think about your future. Your future. If you really think about your future and reasonably consider the future, you will understand that you must force yourself, whether as an individual or community or nation, to go into savings.
These days, salaries cannot feed us, let's be sincere, because when we talk of the high expensive of the life of today, salary will not take us anywhere. We need to have a side hustle, no matter how little it is, even if it's going to cover just our transport to our working place, it's still something else. If it's covering your transport for your children to school, it's still a little thing. So we should have the habit of saving. It helps.
Banks are literally known for saving money and for granting loans to customers for execution of project and investment. They are in a way seen as agents that instill financial discipline into individuals and corporate bodies.
You have 10% of what you need, and the banks can give you a loan of probably even 90% of that. They want to see you making the effort of savings, and then they can help you by augmenting it.
However, one simple organization is today striving to match the performance of the conventional banks in a different and convenient fashion: the Adashi Cooperative.
We have both civil servants and business, small-scale business women, and even men among us. So most of the time, it's easier for us when it's a small